Like it or love it, with the closure of the Starcruiser Hotel getting closer, I find myself wanting to pick up pieces of this Star Wars history. And what better piece of history than a lightsaber? Welcome back to The Order, where we talk about all things awesome and collectible. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Chandrila Line Galactic Starcruiser Training Legacy Lightsaber. This is part of Disney's Legacy Lightsaber series, though while the rest of the sabers can be picked up at Doc Ondar's in Galaxy's Edge or from Shopdisney online, this particular Legacy Lightsaber is exclusive to passengers staying on the Galactic Starcruiser Hotel. With only a month before the closure of the hotel, let's take a look at this lightsaber. What you get in the pack, how good or bad the electronics are, how it feels in the hand, how it looks, how much it costs, how to get it, and lastly, whether it's worth adding to your collection before it's gone forever. If you enjoy this video, it would be amazing if you could leave a like and subscribe.
Help a veteran get a warm meal.
Let's get in. As I said, this particular Legacy Lightsaber is entirely unique and exclusive to the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser Hotel. From what I understand, this Legacy Lightsaber is designed to replicate the sabers used by passengers at the hotel in the lightsaber training area. This lightsaber comes in one of the standard in-universe crates, but unlike its Legacy Lightsaber cousins, this lightsaber crate is jet black rather than grey. The crate has the Halcyon emblem on the front, which just looks awesome. Opening the crate reveals the Legacy Lightsaber at the top, and two trays of Aurebesh alphabet to be used on the saber in order to customize it. We'll cover these in a second though. The hilt itself, I think, is absolutely beautiful. Some people have criticized the design for being a little bit bland and plain, but I really love it. Personally, I see the influence from a number of different sabers here. The emitter reminds me of Anakin's Padawan saber from Attack of the Clones, while the black gripping sections here are reminiscent of both Anakin's Graflex saber and maybe even Mace Windu's lightsaber too. Though granted, this has a more flattened design than the bubble effect that you get on Windu's. There's also these pins at the back, which to me come straight out of the Graflex saber. Given that this is a training lightsaber for younglings and Padawans, it would make absolute sense in-universe for this to have similarities to Anakin's Padawan lightsaber from Attack of the Clones, because you would think his first Padawan lightsaber would be heavily influenced by a lightsaber that he trained with. Moving down the saber, you have the Covertech wheel to allow you to attach this to your belt, and then on the bottom you have the speaker section, and this is where Disney have put most of the legalese, which keeps it nicely out of the way. And then right on the bottom, if I have it the right way up, you have the Chandrila Starline logo, and I just think that's an awesome bit of detail there. It's the little things. As with nearly all Legacy lightsabers, to get to the batteries, you unscrew the pommel. This gets you your power core, and in here you've got 3 AAA batteries. Going back to the center of the saber, you've got this red button here, which unfortunately is, I think, Disney's main design flaw on this, because it's not a button. It's just there for show, and it's really, really irritating because this feels like a missed opportunity where this was a perfect place to have a push button control. Above it, this is the section here where you're going to attach the Aurebesh alphabet. So that's your customization. And then down here, you've got your ignition switch, which is a typical slide up, slide down, ignition on, ignition off. Like I said, the ignition bit is a bit of a shame, but if you're using this one-handed, it's actually a very comfortable position for your ignition to be placed there. Weirdly, the ignition button is something that they actually did much better on the toy version of this saber, where this was the ignition button. But there you go. Let's take a look at these Aurebesh letters then. So you get 2 trays in your crate. Don't ask me what all of these mean, because I don't know. So the trays are actually connected to this velvet section of the case, so you don't really want to take these out because it might break the whole aesthetic. But what I will do is show you these up close so you can get to see them a little bit more. They look nice. Oh! They look nice. You know, from the outside, yeah, you know, they look okay. But what I'm going to do is pick one that I think this is Aurebesh for O. If that's wrong, do tell me in the comments. I'll take that one in particular. So it's just flimsy plastic, unfortunately. I kind of thought these were going to be little metal tabs. They might be magnetic. I'm pretty sure I saw on Finding the Forces video of this that he said they were magnetic, but no, they look to be just plastic tabs, and I think there's a little rim here that's going to latch on. So to get this on, I'm going to line it up how you want it, and then just press it on, I believe. and that's it. It's just held on with a bit of friction, and you can even see there where the plastic's been cut a bit poorly. So yeah, a bit of a swing and a miss on what could have been a really cool bit of customization there. These could have been magnetic, they could have been metal, and all of that would have added to the premium quality of this saber. But never mind. It still looks nice, and once it's on, it's, you know, it's pretty good. If you're going to wear this, if you're going to take this to the parks or at a Comic-Con or anything like that, this is going to ping off if it catches on anything. So at the very least, I'd recommend sticking a bit of blue tack or something on the back of it just to give it a bit of extra purchase on the saber. Let's take a look at the electronics. So while this is unique, it does share all of the similarities in terms of the accessibility that all of the other Legacy sabers have. So it's a nice plug and play design. Here we go. That's awesome. It's got its own unique ignition sound there. Really, really awesome. Kind of sounds like a supercar revving up. Really cool. I love that. It's got a real rawness to it, and it kind of reminds me of the Plo Koon and maybe even the Ezra ignition sound. So to be fair, let's take a look at it in the dark. In terms of motion control, this is actually picking up more movement than I would normally expect. It's doing really well, especially for a Galaxy's Edge saber. It's not near smooth swing, but that's not what I'm expecting from Galaxy's Edge. This saber's really quite light as well, which makes spinning it around pretty easy. It's got a slightly thinner bit towards that red button as well, which you can use if you've got small hands. But overall, I think it's really comfortable in the hand, down towards the black grip section. It has its own bespoke clash effects too, which is really, really nice, and just overall this feels like one of the most comfortable Legacy sabers for spinning. Let's talk about the price then, and how you get this. So this typically retails for about $170. But, like I say, you can only pick this up if you're going to go to the Starcruiser Hotel. Well, actually that's not entirely true. You can grab it at a crazy markup on eBay, or if you join the Galaxy's Edge Discord channel, you can ask in their dedicated smuggler channel to see if there is anyone going who would be willing to pick one of these up. The smugglers typically ask a small markup on the purchase price and you cover postage, but it's definitely a way to pick up one of these hard to reach limited edition sabers without actually physically going. As ever though, be very careful when dealing with anybody online. So what do you guys think? Is this a Legacy saber that you're keen to get before it's gone forever? Or are you happy that this, like the Starcruiser, will soon be just a memory? For me, I love this design, and the sound font is possibly my favourite. The only real negatives for me is that Disney haven't made this open to everybody. But let me know what you think in the comments.